Welcome back to another interesting tutorial about Photoshop tips and tricks. And in this video, I will show you on how to blur or how to use blur effect in Photoshop. So let's get started. The very first thing you want to do is to bring up your image. Let's say, for instance, this particular image right here, I want to blur everything. What we do here is to make sure we select the image. Then having selected the image, go ahead and click on filter. Then from filter, go to blur. Then here, you have different types of blur right here. I can decide to choose Gaussian blur. So when you choose Gaussian blur, you have the effect right here. You can adjust the radius right here. Everything depends on what exactly you want to use. In some cases, we may decide to use the complete image as a background and fully blur like this. So you just have to control the blur, just like what you see right here. Everything depends on what exactly you really want to achieve. Once you are satisfied, go ahead and click on OK. Now we have drastically convert this image to a blur different color background right here. Now let's see how you can blur some part of image in Photoshop. So I'm going to use this same particular image right here as an example. So for that, I'm going to press Ctrl Z. This will bring back the image. Let's say, for instance, I want to blur this image. Some of the area in this image, I want to blur this particular pillow that this boy used at the back. So for that, what we want to do here is to make sure we select this area. For that, we have to come to the toolbar right here. So I'm going to use Magic Wonder tool right here. I'm going to click on it. You can see Magic Wonder is not going to work for this object. This is because this image here comprises of different color background. So I'm going to press Ctrl D to select. So this kind of situation, we need to make sure we make use of pen tool. And for that, what we want to do here is to go ahead and come down below right here, select my pen tools. Then having selected my pen tools, I have to make sure I click on pen tools. Then here, and I have to make sure I come to the top right here. We have to make sure we switch from shape to pixel. Now, once you switch to pixel, you have the pixel property right here. Now, we can quickly go ahead and select some of the area that we want to blur. Let's say, for instance, I want to blur from this part right here. So I'm going to do a quick selection of this area right here. It's going to be a quick selection. Then we make sure we continue to select all the area that we want to blur. Now what we want to do here is to make sure we close this part right here. Once we close this part, we right click and we make sure we go ahead and click on make selection. So this time around we can decide to add further radius. Hit on OK. So here we go. So this part here is exactly what we are going to blur. How do we add blur effect right here? Next thing we want to do is to press Ctrl J, and this is going to cut into another layer right here, just like what you see right here. So if I disable the original layer, we have this. Like this on it, disable on it back. Now we want to go ahead now and blur this part. So make sure the layer is active. Then go to filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur, or whatever type of blur you want to choose. Then you can adjust the radius right here. Adjust the radius. Everything depends on what exactly you really want to achieve. So if you take a look at this part here, you find out that this part is more blur than this particular part right here. So everything depends on how you want the blur to be. So you can adjust and adjust the radius right here. Once you're satisfied, go ahead and hit on OK, and you are done. It's that simple. So this is how to add or how you can use blur effect in Photoshop. For more tutorial tips and tricks on how best to use your Photoshop software, consider to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.